I don't do funny voices, so it's, well, I do some, but they're like, you know, like bad funny. Anyway, but it's not really about that. What voice acting is about, it's about acting. All right? To be a voice actor, you have to be an actor first. All right? And I say this, and I watch people's head, eyes roll back in their head, like, oh my God, I got to take an acting class. Yes, you got to take an acting class. It's really important that you get the basics of it down, because what acting is about, first and foremost, it's about emotion. It's about connecting with an audience. Now think about it. When you're watching your favorite anime, and when you're watching reading your favorite book or TV show or film, what is it that brings you back? What is it that makes you want to continue to do this? Can we close that door for it's a little... So what is it that do it?
The instant emotional connection you develop with your characters based on your life experiences and how they are comparable to their life experiences.
You take an acting class. Yeah, but the simple way to say it is the emotional connection. You have an emotional connection with your audience. And the important part of that emotional connection is that they need to connect with the character. All right? They need to become emotionally involved in the character. You need to care whether or not this character survives whatever it is they're surviving, or whether they find love, or whether they find whatever it is that they're looking for. So part of what acting is about is creating that emotional connection with the viewer and with the audience. All right? And it sounds like an easy thing to do, but unless you're kind of a little skilled and practiced at it, it can be a little tenuous, because it's not about how you sound. It's more about how you feel. So the way in which you connect with the character, with the audience, is that you need to connect with the character yourself and become emotionally involved. Which is why I say, I'm going to hold questions. So there's not too many people here. Which is why when I talk about this stuff, I talk about how you tend to have to love the character you're playing a little bit. Because everybody loves themselves. Even villains love themselves.
And we love villains.
And we love villains. I mean, even all the stuff that I play has to love themselves. Yes, I do that for you. All right. So you have to learn to make that connection. So the big secret to voice acting, the big secret at all, is to not really to act. Really, it's about feeling. It's to feel. So when you approach a line of dialogue, the first thing you need to do is understand what the character's feeling at the moment. All right. Now, there's a lot more. There's years of training involved in what I'm talking about here in just 60 seconds. But you have to learn how to get out of your own way and connect with the character in a way a child does. Now remember, when you were kids, and some of you are still kind of kids, but when you were little kids, all right, when you went and played pretend, I mean, it really meant something to you. You really kind of got into it. You felt it. You know, you could. I remember playing doctor, not that way. I remember playing surgeon, and I was operating on this little. I had a little one of those little Charlie McCarthy ventriloquist puppets, and I had it laid out, and we were doing this operation on this thing, and we're pretending here, and I'm like, my heart's pounding, I'm getting anxiety, I'm sweating. That's what you have to do as an adult, and as adults, we're taught not to do that. You know, as you're getting socialized up through high school, we're taught that adults have to be this way, you have to feel this way, we can't express this way, especially guys, we can't feel emotion, we have to keep it in and be strong. And that's cool for day-to-day life, but when you're in the booth, portraying a character, it's really important that you really kind of attach that. So acting classes and acting training is what takes you there. All right. So there's a really easy way to kind of demonstrate this, and we're going to just grab a volunteer, just one person, just one. Come on. All right. I know this is a Tommy line, but don't worry about this. I just want you to read that line any way you like. Just the one line.
Hey, when the hell did he get taller than me?
Okay, so now she had a particular emotion there, okay? Now, without doing anything else, I want you to think a little differently, okay? I want you to think that the guy's kind of funny, that he looks kind of stupid and funny being taller than me.
Okay.
Now read it again.
Hey, when the hell did he get taller than me?
Now, did you hear the subtle difference in that? It's very, very subtle. Thank you.
No problem.
Give her a hand. It's really, really a subtle thing, you know? And it's in that subtlety where all the magic happens, and where acting really happens. And when you can master that and get cool at it, it's a lot of fun. But it also is very taxing. I'm going to hold questions. take questions like any second. I thought you were raising your hand.
Oh, no.
Silly me, sorry. Okay. So that's the first thing. There's a couple of ways to get there, and when you're studying acting, some of the ways that you're going to see, you're going to hear about all these methods. And there's this method, the Stella Adler method, the actor studio method, the Meisner method. There's all these methods that they will teach you, okay? But all of these methods, what they're about, they're really all about being able to kind of get childlike again, and connect with your own emotion, so that you can change the feeling and portray that emotion effectively. Now, the trick here is that what all of us tend to do, especially guys, is we have these emotions, and we tend to be real quiet. So we feel them really strong, but we don't project them. So the trick to acting is to project those emotions. When you first start doing it, you're going to overact a lot, but that's okay. That's how you get there. And when you're doing stage work and we're doing voice work in the booth, a little bit of overacting is actually quite helpful.